The next frontier in climate tech is not above us. We think it's actually below us. At Humify, we are restoring the ancient power of soil to capture and store carbon and to ensure food security. We do not only have a climate crisis, we also have a growing food crisis. They're both interconnected, and degrading soils impacted a lot. In fact, more than 50% of all the agricultural soils in the world are already damaged. And this leads to lower yields, higher fertilizer need and fertilizer cost, and the overall question, are we even able to feed 10 billion people in the decades to come? And today, soil sometimes looks like this, and we take big machines to plow carbon out of the soil instead of leveraging it as a massive natural carbon sink. And even though we stand on soil every day, we barely knew anything about it. If you scoop up a teaspoon of healthy soil, you have more microbes in it, more microorganisms, than there's people on the planet. And these tiny bacteria and microbes, they are the invisible engine of life. In fact, they even enabled us to live on this planet. But modern agriculture has changed the system from a natural one to one that is based on chemistry and engines. We are a spin-off of the Max Planck Institute of Colloids and Interfaces in Potsdam. Our co-founder is Professor Antonetti, one of the leading material scientists. And he was early on asking the question, what can we do about this? And we found a solution, developed and patented technology, and our hydrothermal humification basically turns residual biomass into a product. And the residual biomass can be anything from sewage sludge, it can be residues from biogas, it can be agricultural waste, it can be the food leftovers from our lunch. And we turn it into a very powerful product called humic acid. Now, you might not ever heard of humic acid. I have some here, you can check it out later. But you can think of it as a superfood for soil, or maybe even as an EpiPen for soil. If you apply our product to soil, something amazing happens. The microbes come back, they thrive, fertility increases, water holding capacity of the soil increases, and maybe most importantly, carbon gets pulled out of the atmosphere and stored underground by bacteria. And after just a couple of months, you are left with a healthy, humus and carbon-rich soil. We already created the first kilos in the lab and are currently completing our engineering of a continuous process to scale up to hundreds of tons of product. The first field tests also look very promising. Farmers are seeing up to 80% of reduction in fertilizer need, plus faster plant growth, which was surprising, and overall healthier soil and better water retention. And you can even visually see how carbon accumulates in our lab columns in just a couple of weeks. So what's the business model? It's fairly simple. We turn waste biomass into a product that replaces the need for industrial fertilizer, while it's cheaper and has some great side benefits. So farmers want to buy it as a replacement for industrial fertilizer to also get rid of this $180 billion fertilizer industry. That's not only bad for the farmer's pocket, but also bad for the climate and soil. And we're not even talking about carbon credits here, because the farmers care about yield and not carbon too much. So we are next to other partnerships supported by Sprint and are part of the large-scale research project called SpinFert, where our product is tested as a peat replacement and a biostimulant. And we're raising 5 million euros later this year to build our first pilot plant and start commercial partnerships. If you are interested in solutions that are grounded in science, scalable through engineering, and impactful for the planet, I would love to talk and can give you a sniff or a look on this product as well. Thank you.